the spell, the first question I'll ask is what happened here, and then you all tell me a question, and then we will all ask one question to this guy.
He's joining. He's not.
All right. So Dave, I'm going to pull this body out, and
sure, you guys.
And I got some components here. I got to burn some incense a little bit, and I'll close my eyes and grip my my magic or my religious artifact here.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, grip my religious artifact, baby.
I think this ritual may require 4 people forming a circle around the corpse, holding hands and chanting.
Yeah,
I believe chanting is involved.
Yeah, come on, come on down. Come, everybody needs to come over here. So we'll put this dead body in the middle.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and then after bad news, Vay. After this, we have to have sex. That's the only way it's going to work.
Oh my God!
I want to do a kind of check on
that. No, I'm kidding, of course. Okay,
you want to do an Arcana check on that part of the ritual? Nice.
That's right.
You do realise that poor Trump with this comeliness of one is not going to get any action.
That's right. Okay, so so I pull this guy's body out, and
is it a guy or is it a woman?
It is a male, and it is an elf, and this this elf is missing an arm, and it's not a clean cut. It looks like it was literally, chunks of rotten flesh hanging off of the socket of the arm. It doesn't look like it was a clean dismemberment of the arm. Definitely not.
Would I as a professional soldier think it's more of a ripped off and beaten with a soggy end kind of effect?
Yeah, with your know-how and experience, absolutely. Something definitely ripped this arm off, probably.
He pulls out the book and starts making notes and observations and sketches about everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fantastic. All right, so Dave, I'm going to concentrate, burn the incense, do some chanting, and try to summon or animate this guy's spirit. So after, I don't think I need to roll anything, do I? Just happens?
No, God, no. It just
Oh God, that would blow. Okay, so
how do you get this? How do you get this? What type of prayer are you performing to, become one with the spirit world and to speak with this dead elf?
Well,
and what kind of assistance do you need from the other party members?
Well, since this is a dead elf, I'm even though I'm human and my goddess that I worship is an elven goddess. I feel pretty confident that this is something I'll be able to pull off. But yeah, so I'll need everybody to kind of stand in a circle around this body, and everybody has to put one hand and touch this body of this corpse.
Ooh. Get down on your knees. Dirty
That's
job
right.
already, huh?
That's right, and it's it's like dirty and smells horrible, and you can't actually touch the clothing. I want to point out, it's got to be in contact with some of the flesh, some of the skin. So
Faye wants to know if Tiberius is telling the truth or not.
Insight check. Let's see
Insight check.
Yeah, can I do an insight?
Are you telling the truth? Is this part of the ritual, Tiberius?
I want to do an insight check.
do we want to do a intelligence contest?
Well, fudge buckets.
I was gonna have us eat some of the flesh at the end, so
oh my
you might
God!
want to save this intelligentness to tell the end. No, I'm just joking. Maybe we should do a religion contest, since this is a religious ritual.
Well, I'll let Zovia. I'll let her do a religion check. But I mean, this is sort of like an impromptu role playing encounter. So, it's whatever.
But since everybody knows
Tiberius
is kind of
yeah. Well, the only that they with your religion check, that there is some there is hands on. So you're thinking that this is probably the way it's supposed to go. But as for eating shit, you know that you're not supposed to be eating nothing. But I know I'm not metagaming that. But yeah,
Well, I
You
don't
would-
mind
yeah.
giving it a go.
I don't mind giving it a go.
Yeah, if you think it'll help, we can't put it in a pie or something.
Wipe the stink
It's
off,
oomin'.
eh? Yeah, of the oomin, Gov.
Yeah, have a little bit
Alright,
of
well,
human.
I raise a suspicious eyebrow, but walk over, fold my book up, and touch a less grimy spot of the body.
You got any mustard?
Everybody else doing the same?
No.
Uh,
All right, my eyes are going to roll into the back of my head, and I'm start under my breath. I'm chanting a little bit of
Doctor and medic spirit in
an
the
elven
sky?
prayer, saying, please restore the spirit enough so that we can communicate. And it's all in Elvish, so well, I guess you most of you, well, everybody except for Shrump, now that I think about it, probably knows Elvish. So
I barely know common.
and so and when I'm finished, I'll kind of my eyes will roll back down, and the pupils will be all kind of white, like I'm made some kind of a bond with this creature.
Sure.
So once the creature, I guess, starts stirring a bit, I'll to make sure that everything worked, I'll turn to everybody and I'll say, let me ask my first question. So in Elvish, I will ask, what happened here?
Oh.
That was beautiful. What happened here to you and the others?
Someone disturbs me. Look at Tiberius.
That'll be the Jehovah's Witnesses.
I pull my hand back now. And go back to the right thing and take
Yeah.
notes.
Okay.
Everyone. Yeah, you can hear this. Everyone is in contact with the dead, and you disturbed me.
So I request my first question, and I say, what happened here to you and your cohorts?
We were ambushed. We were taken by surprise in our camp.
And is this in English or is this Elvish?
This is this is Elvish. He's speaking in
I'm sorry,
Elvish.
I said English like an idiot. Sorry,
That's
Trump.
okay. He's speaking in Elvish.
Oh, okay.
We were surprised. In fact, I could type
it would
it,
take
but I'm
too
not
long.
good.
It would
Yeah,
take too long.
yeah. We were surprised. We were sleeping in our camp and eating. We just made a long journey from the bridge, and we were ambushed by large creatures, huge claws, long teeth.
All right, so I'm going to turn to, let me turn to Vey, and I'll say, Vey, ask your question.
Do you think it was trolls?
What is in
Yes,
the
it
cave?
was trolls.
What, you just burned your question, Shrump.
Two questions,
I say,
though.
I say
Oh,
in
I'm sorry.
Elvish. I say in Elvish. What is in the cave?
Inside of the cave is the cult of the dragon. We are trying to find the white dragon mask for Varan.
So, Shrump, you've already asked yours, and
Well,
all
he
the other
didn't-
ones...
He didn't say it in Elvish, so he probably didn't understand it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let me, Shrump, ask me your question, and I'll translate it for you.
What
Was
was
it
the
a troll?
question? Oh yeah. I think it sound. Do you think it was trolls? And if so, where is they?
All right, so I'll ask that.
Oh.
No, go. Sorry, I
was
going.
just moaning.
No,
I was just trying
just
to.
moaning.
Oh.
Okay, Dave. I'm glad you have a camera on you. Okay, so so I'll respond in Elvish back to this elf, and I'll say, "Were you ambushed by trolls? And if actually, I that with two questions. Let me just say,
No, that's all right.
yes.
Ask him two questions.
We were ambushed by trolls again. Do I
But
smell
in
a
Elvish
half orc?
this time.
I smell a half orc. I can't see him, but I can sure smell the stench.
Can I
Okay.
punch the
Just
corpse in
kidding.
the face? I punched the corpse in the face.
wait till Widow asks her question. So Widow, last question for you.
Well,
Well, we actually have 5 questions, but yeah, let's just
You got
do
one
your
question. You got one question left. You've asked them about trolls twice, and
do you think do we have do we have another question we want to ask him about what's inside the cave? I mean, we know what's inside the cave, but what he said, but
Why don't we find out
maybe
how
some
many...
warnings or something.
Well, we're
Exactly
looking for
hidden.
the white mask, and we are also. I wonder how close they came to it, or if they had any more
Yeah,
information
do
about
you
where
know
it
where
is.
the white mask is, or who has it, or something?
Okay, so why don't you ask that? Go ahead.
I asked that in Elvish. Do you know where the white mask is, or where it was?
We do not know. We did not find out.
Are you hot in life?
My link is
Am I?
is breaking.
You my.
Oh, hang on. Give it
I
to me, I'll
can't-
hold it for you.
I can't answer that. And then it's sort of like the spirit kind of fizzles out, and the steam around you dissipates.
My eyes fade back to the normal pupil color, and I'm a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted. I'll take a couple seconds here, take a breath, and look to Shrump and say, Shrump, we found some information out. I'll let Vay tell you what we need to tell her, but somebody needs to bury this guy.
Go ahead,
He's an honorable elf that needs to be buried in the right tradition.
An honorable elf that
That's
was in a
right, I'll
cult of a
bury
dragon
him. You
killing
lot
people.
go
and
on, I'll bury
He
him.
was honorable.
Yeah, you know, whatever. I didn't have a chance to ask him how honorable he was, but I think elves are awesome. So
If you lot want to go and prepare get ready over by the ladder, I'll give him a proper burial.
Proper
All right.
send off. Yeah, there's
Proper send-off.
there's sort of like a couple pots at the base of the fire.
go ahead and just click the burn of that spell, Dave. So there's pots at the base of the fire.
Yeah, there is.
Now we notice these things. We could have asked the guy what's in the pot. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, you look inside the pot and you can see like what appear to be like a human bone, kind of with some meat on it, kind of boiling in this pot.
Yuck.
Who's hungry?
Well, go on, you lot. Go and get ready by the steps. Keep an eye open. I'll bury the elf and catch up.
I'm more like you're gonna eat that stuff in the pot.
Or the elf.
With the
I
elf.
promise I ain't gonna eat the elf. Now, go on, get out of it.
You're gonna eat it in the pot, you nasty some bitch.
I believe it would be best if we all stay together.
I think so too. Seeing
Let's
that
do our
there's rogue
things.
trolls
We
out.
shall all move to the.
Look what happened to
The
Greg
entrance
last
to the
night.
cave.
Oh,
Who's
all
this
right then.
Greg that you talk of?
Oh, my bad.
And where is this voice coming from?
Oh, my bad.
It's the same voice what was coming out of the dark when we was camped up when we was coming here on the griffins. There's a voice in the darkness.
Fear of the dark. Okay, so what are you guys doing? There's actually no sign of trolls around here. No visual signs of trolls. There's quite a few
Let's check and see
prints,
if there's any
footprints.
gear around.
I agree. I want to look around this this area here and see if
There's
there's
no
anything.
gear.
We
because
would
if
check
it-
for traps just to be on the safe side.
If there was any gear, they would have taken it with them, wouldn't they?
To the grave.
No, into the cave.
Trolls? So what do you know about trolls, Shrump, that I don't? I don't think that trolls normally kill people, take their stuff, then bury them.
Nah,
There's something
the
else
Trolls, the trolls came. They was driven off by the wizard, and then the party of cultists before they went into the cave, buried their companions, didn't they? Simples.
Simples.
I
I'll
why
rub my chin.
Why am I following around on a bunch of pointy-eared gits? I don't know.
I'm gonna rub
I'm
my
eager
chin
to
and
be
contemplate
cautious.
that.
I'm eager to be cautious, but I do feel like Shrump. I am really wanting to find out what's in that cave as well.
Alright, well, let's
Yeah, I
move
don't
out
think
then.
there's nothing here what is going to be useful to us, and I think the only thing what we is going to find in here is something that's going to want to rip my arms off, and I ain't particularly keen on having my arms ripped off because I've only got two, and I'm using bar for them.
But Shrump, do a small task for me. And
If you-
Widow and Tiberius, won't you take a look around while Shrump and I do this?
All right, I'll do that. So
Well,
Dave,
I think I'm getting some action after all.
and you're ugly.
And I was
So,
going to use
what
the
did I
elf.
do wrong, man? I was trying to put the moves, but it didn't seem to. Yeah,
It's-
so
it's
You don't
me
have the
rugged
big
good
muscles.
looks.
Alright, Shrump, focus on me here. And now all
Yes.
you need to do is count to 10. That should give them plenty of time to do everything they need. And then we'll
Well, you
move
just
on.
did. You just asked Trump something he doesn't know how to do.
Exactly.
I think 1, 2, 3. Many. Many. One. Lots. 1, 2, 3. Many.
No, Shrump.
Lots.
And I hold up 4 fingers. I ask him, how many fingers do I have up? That will be the
Many.
next. Alright, I hold up 5 fingers. How many do I hold up?
Many and one more.
Many plus 1?
No, it's many and one more. Stupid elf.
Can you do
Right,
that
well,
with
let's
your
call it many
avatar?
4.
Can you hold up one hand with 5 fingers? How many fingers do I have up? Sorry.
I feel I may have a bit of a problem with this counting the 5 on my fingers.
That's okay, you only have 5 more to go.
And Dave, this whole time I've been kind of walking in this area here and just taking a. I'm not like doing like super perceptive look and stuff. I'm just looking around and making sure everything's okay. So I entered this area to the right, and then I'm checking up where these barrels are, and I'm just looking for more bodies, or I'm getting an indication if there's any stuff laying around. Just taking a gander around while Vay kind of confuses Shrump.
Yeah, those barrels are actually full of bones, many different sizes of bones. You could tell that some of them are humanoid bones. Some of these bones are human. Some of
Okay.
these bones are. You could tell that there's like a half orc jaw and forehead. There's, all kinds of like rib bones, even some animal bones.
All right, I'm gonna pop out of this door here.
Sure, you kind of just like walk through the entrance. There's really no door there. It's just
Oh, okay.
yeah, just like the door's been gone for many years.
Okay. I think I've looked through this stuff enough. So Misty, were you looking in, or Misty, Widow, were you looking in any of those other areas while I was looking in this one, or what was the deal?
I'm just looking around, seeing if I see anything of use or any signs of anything hidden.
No, not out here. And you can give me a perception check.
Get it? Perception check.
Give me,
Meow.
give me a perception check. I'll tell you what. You can tell that there are 3, maybe 4 sets of footprints that are going to the north from around the fire.
Okay, I point that out to Tiberius. He says, I don't think we're going to find anything.
And this
Around
is
here.
this is a mixture of prints with very long, no boots on, with sort of like claw marks dug in. Then there are also some boot footprints also. So you can tell that there's both boot footprints and also feet with like a claw at the end, kind of have dug into the earth. and dug
Okay.
into the sand.
So, Dave, I've come back through this door, and I guess I've met Widow, and she relays that to me. And I'm overhearing the conversation of Vey and Shrump, and they're talking about how to count.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
I
up to
might
5, I
interrupt them.
think. I
They
think
are?
they're
They're
up to 5. Yeah, I think so.
No, it's many and one more.
Many and one more. Okay.
Excuse me, guys. I know you're in the middle of counting, but I just wanted to tell you that that Widow and I have just taken a look around, and this isn't good. Inside this area over here, I found a bunch of barrels, and they're just full of human bones. This is obviously a feeding ground for something horrendous.
How big this place
What,
is. So.
something what is going to be eating humans. Oh,
Something that
that-
not just
useless.
humans, but there's also a half-orc
Humanoid,
skull.
you mean?
Oh, humanoid, yeah.
Yeah, and I passed along the information about finding tracks, and some of them were obvious, from boots, and some were from claws.
Where's this half-orc skull? Where's my brother's skull? I must check to see if it is my long-lost brother.
Inside this building, right up here, follow me, Shrub. Take a look inside this building. In that first barrel, you'll see there's a bunch of bones, but if you just look through them, some of them still have some meat clung to them, but if you just look through them, you see that top one on the right there's obviously half-orc.
Pick the half-orc bones so I can see out and put them in a pouch. Give him a proper burial later at some time.
Yeah, you can see that there's a skull.
I respect that.
I'll take the half-orc skull and all and say, alas, poor Yorick. I
think you
didn't know
know
him
him well.
whatsoever.
Didn't have any idea who Yorick was.
All
right.
Is he looking for lunch, or what's going on in there?
I
That's-
don't know.
Interesting. I came back, and that's a different level of Shrump. I mean, he's got a little bit of respect for his own race. He's got a little bit of nobility there. I don't think I saw it before.
You just
but-
can't
Well-
count worth of shit.
We
He
didn't
just
say
can't-
he wasn't honorable and noble. We just said he was stupid.
Oh yeah, okay.
I ain't stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you there?
It's all right, Shrump. You're just not knowledgeable, but yet you are very wise. Now,
Yeah.
why
yeah,
don't we head to
yeah,
that game?
that's it. I'm wise. But not very knowledgeable. What's knowledgeable mean?
So,
good.
Widow mentioned that there are some tracks that have some claw marks next to some that have some boots. I'm assuming you've seen Troll before. I was thinking maybe on the way out here, just take a look at these tracks. Just give me some kind of a confirmation of whether you think that this is, if we're dealing with trolls, and maybe how many of these. I mean, I know the dead guy said he was eaten and attacked by trolls, but I want to get an idea of how many there are.
Look, do you think I stuck around to go, oh, look, Dimsy's troll footprints and followed them? Now, we was on patrol. We got attacked by trolls. That's what I know what trolls is like. We got attacked by big, green, scaly trolls. What we've having drippy stuff hanging off their claws, and it was all really horrible. And there's only me and about 3 of the gut boys. What is getting out of that fight? And there was 30 of us and only 2 of them. And even when you stuck a sword in them and they fell down, a couple of minutes later they gets back up. Which I think, if you're asking me, is not playing fair. Once you stuck a sword in someone, they should be laying down proper like and staying there, not getting back up and going, I'm gonna eat you.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and get this out of the way then. What does everyone know of trolls?
I've just told you the important bits, and I.
So I'll do a history check, Dave.
All right.
Go ahead.
I don't know guys. I don't know so much about trolls, honestly.
You know they're green and scaly, and as what
Is that the role
Shrump-
you want? I mean, he offered history, but is that the role you want to run?
Yeah, history. No, that's exactly what I was wanting. So yeah, you can tell that they are basically green, scaly. Everybody else, you know that they have very sharp slashing claws. They have long teeth, and they love to bite. They love to sink their choppers into someone's neck. They regenerate, and sometimes they could be hampered by fire.
Cool.
Okay.
Which is what I was telling you.
And that is to
I
go
told
with
you all that.
and that is to go with Widow's 19 history check, Vay's 23 history check, and also with Shrump's 16.
Well,
What?
Shrump obviously was guessing because his character didn't know for sure, but I confirm what Shrump was saying. It is all true.
Well, we did stick around to conduct a anthropomorphical survey on them. It's not like I just did trolls in the mist or nothing, was it? It was a bit of a stressful time.
Well, I say we go ahead and move along, deal with whatever needs to be dealt with, kill them all, let the gods sort them out.
Wow.
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 Oh well, yeah, that's fine. I'll like to see a little slip of a girl what is really drop dead gorgeous like you do that. I reckon you'll be the next
You
film
have
that the
seen
trolls
me
will be
do
eating.
that, honey. It was called a massacre. I remember it. Well, wait a minute, that was a dream.
Oh,
All right,
and
so-
then I go by Widow, I say well too. I don't want to be left out.
So I'm following Shrump as he started walking back towards the ladder.
Right. I'm gonna go up to the ladder first and have a look around, see if there's anything nasty up the top of the ladder. What is waiting for us? Now you might not want to be standing near the bottom of the ladder because if there is something that. But actually, yeah, if you stand at the bottom of the ladder, they'll get something to break me for when I jump.
I'll take a couple steps back, but I'll also turn to Vay and I'll recommend that she go next. The only reason is really to watch her butt go up the ladder, but
Hang on a minute.
I'll
Hang on a
recommend
minute.
that she goes next.
Hang on. I've been silly. I'll do this tactical like. Widow, you're kind of like sneaky and are hidey in the shadows type, isn't ya?
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, that sarcasm recognises that. I've heard that before. Why don't you go up to the ladder first and be all sneaky and then stabby if you finds anyone?
Alright, I will venture forward. You can watch my butt, Tiberius.
Well, in them tight leather pants, you two right we are.
Alright, Dave, I go ahead and grab a hold of it, start climbing up.
All right. No dex check or anything like that needed. You climb up into the antechamber, and as you get to the top, you climb up, this 30-40 feet ledge, and it is. You could tell at one point this antechamber had a bunch of beautiful murals, and over time, from the sun and other things defacing these murals, they're almost all gone. But the parts that do still exist, really nice detail.
Okay, I'm looking around just to make sure that everything appears safe. Is this door closed up here, or does that mean the cave?
Yeah,
entrance?
that is a stone door, and it's kind of almost hanging ajar to where you can tell it's barely open. Now, when you start to go into this 20-foot chamber here from the antechamber, you can see that on each side of the wall, about chest height, there are these niches that are in the wall, and each niche has like a bone, and there's a dozen niches on the side that you're on, and then on this side there's like a dozen niches on the wall, and they're, like I said, they're all about chest height, and each one has like a part of a piece of bone inside of each niche.
Okay, I'm gonna look around